All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the podcast. This is our first ever Talking
Okay, I see
Tarkov
it. Nice.
podcast. Welcome. We created this kind of as an outlet for you guys to basically be, as if you will, a dev blog to kind of show off game features, upcoming content, mechanics, and also just kind of talk about the game. We have a bunch of different talking points today. So here we have Kotton, Deadlyslob, and COO of Battlestate Games, Nikita. So thank you guys for participating. It's great to have you guys here.
Hey everybody! I'm like static picture. I don't have a camera, so my camera is kind of I don't have a camera right here at the office. So hi everybody, hello chat. It's finally nice to be talking with you live. And hey Kotton, hey Deadly.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah. So let's begin with this first and test of our future podcast thing.
Perfect. All right. So the first talking point that we have today, and again, the idea of this podcast is to not be pester Nikita with questions, but to actually just talk about the game, talk about mechanics, talk about whatever's going on within Tarkov. And so first, we're going to start with something super basic, and that is, what is EFT? What is Tarkov? And what is Tarkov to you guys? What do you guys see it as? And what I want to ask Kotton, what do you feel like? What is EFT to you? What do you feel like this game is to you in your eyes?
It really filled the void for me after DayZ standalone left me pretty dry. Not saying anything against DayZ. I'm just saying it fills a void for that real survival type game I've been looking for. The hardcore realism, just all that noise.
Okay, Deadly.
Well, I'm just looking for a good, like, authentic survival shooter experience, something with value. There's too many games out there right now where death means nothing. There's no drama. The firefights mechanics are just super weak with Bloom, and you're basically right-clicking medical kits to regain a health bar. Tarkov kind of takes it to another level, and there really isn't anything out there like it. And I think it appeals to a lot of different gamers, like people who come from DayZ, those types of backgrounds. There's like RPG elements in it as well with the soft skill system. And you have the freedom to just kind of do what you want. So I think Tarkov is in a really unique position right now. And especially in a genre that is just full of bad games, Tarkov shines pretty brightly right now, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's just the way I see it. It's just the best survival shooter on the market right now. And I think a lot of people are drawn to it.
Yeah, it's definitely very unique. And Nick, like, since you created this is your game. Like, what is EFT to you? Like, what is it that you want it to be exactly?
First of all, EFT is my life, and this position drives me in a pretty different way, because it's not only like my lifestyle, it's what I like thinking of every day, and I don't want to succeed like in person. I want this project to be unique, to make as much people happy as possible. And this is kind of hard task for me, because I can't make everybody happy. And this is real hard one, because everybody is unique also and wants from a game like EFT, like different points, different mechanics. And this is hard part for me. So this is life. And this is the game I always dreamed to make, like for 10 years or something. And we, the company, the team, also dreamed to make such kind of game. And this is it. It's like the recreation of life in terms of simulation, militaristic experience. And we want to make the simulation as much realistic and suitable for audience, for hardcore players as much as possible. So that is it. I can't imagine my life without the EFT, and without the process, without community reactions. It's it's kind of it's kind of disease for me, but like
that's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, it's in a good way. Mm-hmm. So this is Tarkov for me.
I'm glad you said that, because that actually kind of takes us in to one of our next talking points, which is balancing realism, hardcore versus fun. and like what is kind of considered fun, hardcore, and realistic. And Kotton, like I want to know what you think. What do you think is like hardcore and realistic that can be fun and or unfun, but then or what is also fun when it comes down to a video game? Like you're saying, you're just playing Epoch, and you're saying where Daisy Standalone, it's a chore to get loot, whereas with the server that you're playing on, it's like you can go out and get gear and guns. It's fun. You know what I mean? You want to enjoy yourself.
I mean, EFT as it is a lot of fun. That's why I play it so much. I love it to death, you know. And to differentiate like the realism from the fun, I guess, I don't know. I just didn't want to see them get too carried away with the realism. I mean, the mag reloading's okay, and I know we need animations for the meds and all that. Totally agree, you know. But I mean, it's just fun because loot is available. Even if you're flat broke, you can go buy a PM from the traders, make it happen. You know, it's just a fun game. I really wish. I mean, for me, the fun is definitely just the game itself, the movement mechanics, the physics of the guns. I mean, just everything feels so fluid and smooth, and I wish so many other games had it. You know.
Very valid points.
Yeah.
Deadly?
Yeah, no. I think when it comes to realism right now, there's a lot of in the community that like that fast-paced playstyle. I think a lot of people know if you watch my streams, I'm running around at like max endurance, max strength, making crazy moves with the hatchets. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's fun. That's not necessarily realistic. And we're kind of pushing to like that extreme level of it does take some out of it, like some out of the experience if you're able to do that. So like you guys just released the patch notes today. So like reducing the weapon sway, encouraging people to take, you know, more care of their shots,
right.
Making sure that people have to spend the time to go for the reload. So, I mean, I think a lot of people that are more so into that traditional shooter, they're going to have some issues with that at first, but maybe over time they'll kind of get it. They'll figure it out like, oh shit, this is going to make an overall better experience, especially for like the medical system. Like the medical system, you're running around with your gun right now and you can just like mash the hot keys and just do what you want. Like just mashing those painkillers, popping the morphines. And it's going to make it more immersive, I guess, if that's like the end goal, actually like whipping out like the AI2, the pocket cheese, putting in the morphine, actually physically seeing
actually having to use it. That's what we need.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
I think it's going to be for team play too, right? Having to get behind cover and apply your medication and having your friends put down suppressive fire. That's something that doesn't really happen all that much, or there really isn't a need for that right now.
And Nikita, so when you're developing this game, you're saying that you want to make a game that will please everybody, but it's also hard because you're trying to make this hardcore, brutal, realistic battle simulator that, you know, a lot of people won't like that. They don't like the difficulty. They don't like the challenge. And how exactly do you and the team, you know, combat that with your plans for development?
First of all, it's the whole thing called barriers. Like we will lower this barrier for the wide audience. We will give them the ability to play easier, to have fun, and this would be like with not actual amount of tactical abilities. Like you will just be able to play a game, and that's it.
Right.
But if you want to get into it, to take some hardcore action, you will need to adapt and learn and gain these tactical advantages.
Right.
And I think this is a perfect moment to show us this ammo loading feature that we will have in this patch. We have a special video. Yes or no?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, so it's called...
videos. Let me try and full screen this thing without the...
So the video called is ammo, EFT08 ammo.
I got it.
Oh.
So yeah, this is what like will be in this page about ammo loading and checking.
I was on the wrong capture method. Here we go. Right.
Okay. I'm just like watching the stream right now, and due to delay, I think it's delayed a bit. Yeah, guys, in chat, we have a bunch of videos to show you today. It's not like the full lineup of the videos and features. We will add them. We will show you next week. There will be lot more like features. And right now, as you can see, the video is running.
And what I'm looking at too, because I know this is going to be tied to the skill, this looks pretty more or less balanced. It's not taking like 30 seconds to load up a 30-round mag.
I was actually expecting it to go a lot longer and take more time, so that's actually pretty reasonable. Nikita, like, how fast is is there ever going to be unique reload animations, and like, is that going to affect the reload speed? How is that going to look?
There will be unique animations. The problem is we have lots of magazines. We need to make a lot of animations. And right now, in this patch, we will have new parameters for magazines. Like with different types of magazines, you will be able to boost up your reload and ammo loading sequences. Like the magazines with the windows, magazines with the some kind of representation of amount of ammo you have in particular magazine, and this will boost the speed of loading, and it's all will be gathered with the animation system.
And I just noticed too here in the video, if I pull it back here a bit, when he checks his mag,
it shows a question
mark.
mark.
It shows the question mark on one magazine.
I actually like that.
And then on the other mag with the window, I noticed as soon as, like, if you have the M4 mag with the window, you can actually get a more accurate count because you can actually see the ammo. But as soon as you get to a certain amount of ammunition throughout the window, you can't see the ammo anymore, so you don't know your count when you're getting low. I like that a lot. It's like really small details like that is, in my opinion, why Tarkov is such a great game. It's like the tiny little details that paint up this big picture.
Oh yeah, I just noticed the ammo in the window.
I like how I just like how they brought it back to where you can't just hit tab and see your ammo count unless you do a mag check. That is legit.
If you notice,
and the more mag checks you do, the higher soft skill you get, and the better your character gets at doing
the better at it you'll
get.
I
noticed at the beginning too, you have to, at the beginning here, before he loads the ammo, you can go in your inventory, and I'm guessing that means check mag, and then it gives you a count. Then it lets you know this is full.
So there will be ability to check the magazine in your inventory, and we have a new skill called mag drills. It will boost up your mag drills.
That's awesome.
So you will.
Sweet.
So yeah, so the mag check and ammo loading unloading is not linked to a mastering level anymore. It's linked to a new skill.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that balances out well, and definitely makes it so that players don't have to focus on one specific gun just to get that benefit to check their ammo.
Can we also appreciate the moment? There's that new helmet there as well, and the new pistol.
Oh, we got more videos to show off. We got a lot of good stuff.
Cool.
We got about 8-9 videos to show off today.
I was about to say that PM as a 20-round mag.
It's not a PM.
It's a pop-up PM.
It's a pop-up PM. The big board pop-up PM.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, let me remind maybe something I missed. We just, like, this day we uploaded, posted the patch notes of this upcoming patch, and there we have a small document representing the new feature. So every point on this feature, mag loading, unloading, and checking, you can read it in this document. So there's a lots of cases, and most of all, we need to understand what's EFT, like what's EFT for a wide audience, what's EFT for beta players, or for those who didn't bought it yet. EFT is a testing platform to make the ultimate militaristic simulator, the testing platform. So you always should keep this in mind. So
yeah,
you need to test.
You're saying that things are always subject to change. Yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there timeouts, like the delays in the ammo checking and stuff will be tweaked, will be balanced, and if the wide audience will not like it, and it's not like easy, it's not like this, like you just don't like it, and we will change something.
Yeah, modify it a bit to kind of see if you can tweak it to where it's not changing it from the core feature where you guys want at the studio, where you feel it's hardcore, but where it's something the audience will enjoy and they don't feel is too overbearing.
I also think that people need to realize this game is geared for a hardcore audience. It's not going to be as casual as, let's say, Fortnite. You don't just install it and start playing, So I think that trying to appeal to a huge wide audience, don't really give that too much thought, because there's always going to be people who are mad. You're not going to make everybody happy, just like you said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And one thing I noticed
Because,
with the mag loading is the one thing that's always bothered me with EFT is that full auto spray. And I noticed in the patch notes, recoil has increased by 20%. Now people aren't really going to be able to, just lay down prone and spray, refill their mags instantly anymore. They're actually going to have to conserve their ammo, pick their shots more. And also, there's also the ammo rebalance coming in as well, which actually buffed a lot of the ammo. So it's going to take less shots to take people down, which is also going to be nice. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of these changes.
So yeah, this update consists of many different tweaks to battle to combat system. So the Tarkov may change. I think personally, I think the Tarkov will change in terms of combat and firefights.
I agree.
Because new ammo, new weapon sway, your lovely aim punch was increased by 6 times. I'm joking.
Yes, I love this. Yes, I love looking behind me when I get shot.
Don't do that. Heart sank. Oh.
So yeah, this is the perfect, the moment to join the EFT this patch to see the progress we done to the whole balancing thing, and it's not even in final stage.
Yeah, and you said you're only like what 3% finished with the advanced features, which will more or less change the game. 6%. Okay, nice. Yeah. So it's going up, All right.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and go into our next talking point. So EFTs. So we already kind of covered EFTs development direction, which is like hardcore realistic features, making a brutal battle simulator. We kind of already went over that. So Nick, I want to ask you, what is kind of like the focus for the team right now? Obviously, you guys are working on this patch. You're working on optimizing interchange and stuff like that. Everybody wants to know when the patch is, when the wipe is, everything like that. So if you give us like a little explanation about what's going on in studio.
Right now it's kind of the Vietnam in studio. So everybody is working, and right now I'm sitting here at the office, and like a bunch of guys is working right now and listening this podcast, and there is a goal for us to make this patch beautiful and without bugs, and to bring you this experience, to bring you the right condition of it. And right now we are focused on it because this is the goal right now. But in general, we are working towards the game release and other like big milestones of development, like OBT and stuff. So there is a planned list of upcoming features, and we started to work towards them in more professional way. We like redesigning the whole pipelines in the company to make sure everything will work well, like the communication will rise and stuff. So it's like there are lots of management changes is going on right now, but in general, just about the development process, we are focused on the experience. We want to make a game that perfectly, forget the word, perfectly transit our feelings and our
like what you guys want the game to become.
Understanding of the whole process. Like in my head, I perfectly see where is EFT like in 1 or 2 years, but we need to transfer these thoughts, this philosophy into a game. And right now we are working on it and trying to make the game better and better and better. This linked to our optimizations, netcode improvements, and like this is half of work right now, because we want to make this experience, your experience, better and without any rage quits and other things. So we want to make the game run really well, like smoothly and without any problems. And we will really try and so hard to make it right now. And of course, there are lots of features to implement, and like half of the team is working on the core features and optimizations and other things, and other half working on the features and content.
Of course.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nikita, if you don't mind me asking, like what if you can maybe just summarize it, what like in 2 years from now, what is that vision that you're trying to go after? Like
Yeah, that's a good
where,
question.
like
yeah.
how do you feel like we all know the game is really not going to be playing as it is now. Like we're definitely just getting a bit of a taste of what is to come. Like what is that vision? Like what do you think the average player experience is going to be like in 2 years time? I know it's a big question. It's a loaded question. So just like summarize it, like if you can.
I think we are going in the right direction right now, and everything is kind of like a pieces of the puzzle. It's can you help me please? It's fitting all together,
Falling into
like
place. Yeah.
falling into place. Yeah,
Puzzle
and,
pieces being put together slowly.
Yes, and for my points, everything is going right, and in 1 or 2 years, they will definitely notice some changes. Like there will be more these hardcore features to enrich this, the whole hardcore militaristic stuff. So it will be not like totally different game. The soul of a game will be intact, but there will be like different angles, different points, parameters to make the feel of a game world and the gameplay better and more consistent. So this is kind of it. So it's all about it. We will constantly add these mechanics, these parameters to enrich this world and to give you so many abilities to play in many different ways. And this will be able. We will do it exactly with the implementing lots of features and balancing stuff with the help of the community, of course.
Nice.
Because the community, because the community is is the drive. They not only like the some blinking red light, like if something goes wrong. They drive us. They drive us to make the game better.
Yeah, because I know when we spoke yesterday in Discord, you're saying there's a lot of features and mechanics that were community driven and or suggested. Do you have any like that you can list off right now that were more or less suggested mainly by the community that will possibly be added to the game?
Yes, the community could be. Not good at all. Community could be toxic. But...
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I need to,
looking at you, Reddit.
Pinpoint the right words. So
the
community
actually, you've already changed some stuff based on feedback. Like think about the old school dead limb.
Yeah,
when you had a black limb, one bullet would kill you. You all changed that, and everybody's been happy ever since. Stuff like that, or maybe changing where stuff is located in the traders. You've done that. That helps a lot too. Just little things like that. Yeah.
Key spawn adjustments as well. That's a huge one.
Scav adjustments.
Yeah.
Player spawns was a big one too. That was a big one.
There was a time when you had at 30, like 10 or 50 seconds desyncs. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was such times like when you tried to pick up something and waiting for 20 seconds.
Just flashing.
There also used to be like 15-minute factory queues in the alpha too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better since the alpha.
Yeah, I mean it's made big improvements.
Yeah, but it's not perfect because the problem is we are implementing stuff like features, content, and we try to optimize the game by rewriting the old evil code. And it usually leads to another bunch of bugs and another bunch of bad mood and misunderstanding in the team. And sometimes retrospective, like if you turn and watch back and see how it was like before, and this leads to different conclusions. And this is a really good thing. And about the community, so yeah, we have a list of upcoming features, and we have the part of it with actually with the good ideas from the community. So I personally love when the guys like the community members trying to to present
make
something
like a really
in
nice
very,
constructive post, like it's really well made.
yeah,
It's like they
like
take
a
time.
presentation.
Yeah, they make like panels. I remember you actually added a feature this patch where that was suggested by the community, which was when you're inspecting your weapon, instead of having a scroll wheel to use your attachments, it's just in one block. And then a user made that. He photoshopped it. He showed you like this is what it should look like, and you guys did exactly that.
Yeah. In that video, just we show just a second ago, just a minute ago, there was this new inspector window with a with a new layout of mod icons. So yeah, this is good for us. This is good. This is good for us.
Very good.
Very good. So it's not like we're using your idea and your ideas making us rich. Totally not at all. So we just want to make this game. I want to make this game like to get some point of your soul, like to get there and sit there forever.
I know what you
if
mean.
you understand what I meant to say. So
why don't we go ahead and show off a couple of the new videos, because I know there's some new guns here. We have some new items and attachments and stuff that we could show off.
So yeah, in general, I want to say that this patch is coming soon, TM, and there will be a lot of materials to show you. So right now, we just prepared something to show you on this this podcast. Some cool stuff.
Let's go ahead and show off a gun that I know a lot of people really, really want and been waiting this for a long time. So let's go ahead and get this started up and played. Here we go, boys. That M1A.
Yeah, so the story behind M1A is kind of stupid. So when I was selecting something to create new in terms of weapons, I just wanted to create M14, like the military grade M14.
M308.
But when I started to like get some info on the internet, I discovered the Springfield have M1A, and for some reason I decided that this is the actual military code of M14. So, but this is this is not like military version of it. It's like
it's the civilian. Civilian.
Yeah, it's a civilian version of M14. But it's not like hard to make it full automatic M14. So it will be definitely.
I know they have the militarized versions. They usually call them. It's like the MK18 Mod O. They have like all the rails. Or they have the SOCOM.
Yeah. That will be. We already have a different barrels, even chassis, and
those
lots
animations
of
are so good.
They're so pretty.
You see him actually cock his thumb back to grab the charge handle, and then his hand opens to grab the bullet. Like that is
the animation team is insanely good. Let's go ahead and show off another gun here. And I'm sure any of you guys who love shotguns are definitely gonna love this one.
Yeah, this is a new shotgun. With lots of customization abilities.
So now that we're watching we got a shotgun here. What is one of the like kind of conflicts? Because people like using shotguns, but when people have so much armor in game, and now we do have the face hit boxes now, so shotguns will most likely be a lot better now. But what's one way like shotguns could possibly be more effective in the future? Like, could they like knock somebody down? Could they like make them have like massive weapon sway when they get shot? Like, because they're kind of just like not as good as the other guns in terms of damage and performance.
Right now, in this patch, we as you read the description of a patch notes, we want to implement new head damage system. It's a modular-based like hit zones, and it will consist of different different zones of your head. Like
does it depend on the helmet that you're wearing?
Eyes, jaw, ears. Yeah, and the helmets and the protection of the additional protection of helmets will like cover this zones.
Okay.
And it will be fully like realistic model of head damage. And right now if you will try to shot from a shotgun with a buckshot, like in a head, you will definitely have a chance to kill a guy with the fast empty.
Okay, because like his whole face will be exposed, but if he's wearing the mandible, remember the face mask, maybe he may be able to take one shot, maybe two.
Yeah, but you will have more chances with your shotgun.
Okay.
At first, the second one, we plan to make such as advanced armor, and this armor.
Yeah, it's the Molly attachment
properly.
system
Yeah.
you're talking about, where you'll be able to put in plates.
No.
Or...
It's like the first one of it, but we are talking about some implementing some new parameters in the armor vests, like.
So you mean like
repairability,
okay.
different types of ammo or different types of damage, and blunt damage also. So blunt damage, if you will shoot with the shotgun, and slugs to
kinetic
to
damage,
body armor.
kinetic, like
Yeah,
it'll punch you in the chest, like if it's a hard.
Yes, it will punch you in the chest, and the shotguns will be more useful.
Okay.
Yeah. That's something we need right now, because just like Klean said, shotguns are a little underwhelming.
I mean, I watched Chicken Prism. He like shot some guy with 8 times with the slug, and if that was real life, that guy would be on the ground with his ribs broken, pretty fucked up. You know, granted, if it was a smaller caliber round, it'd be fine, but it would be nice to see the shotguns kind of make a comeback. And I think really with the face hitboxes being implemented, that's really going to make them good, because it'll be pretty easy to land headshots. And if you just shoot somebody in the face with buckshot, like it's just going to cake right there in their face, and you should be able to take them down.
Yeah, that should help a lot.
Again, you proceed, please.
No, that was it. That was done.
Okay. I'm reading the chat right now, and some of the guys thinking I'm frozen. Some kind of seizure.
No, Nikita doesn't have a webcam up, guys. I just put this sexy picture of him up there. If you want to see something really cool, like
it's really old picture.
Nice,
they also said that you don't look Russian, so I would just ignore the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in subscriber mode here and every now and again, just because people are being pretty toxic.
Yeah, it's all good.
I need to make another pictures, and some also I can see that somebody wants me to improve my English, and as you can see and understand, the English is not my perfect language.
He probably speaks better English than you. Shut up.
Yeah,
your English is fine.
Yeah,
you gotta ignore the
yeah, dude. Nikita, don't worry about that, man. You sound great. Everybody's understanding what you're saying.
I see that's the point. I'm taking everything very, very personal.
Yeah.
As I said you yesterday. So yeah, okay. Don't mention it.
Yeah, these are people on the internet, people from Reddit. Don't worry about them. Let's talk about the game. Okay. Let's talk about what matters, not these people.
Okay. What's the next point of your
so next point is guns, gear, gadgets that are not planned but would fit in the world of Tarkov. So like maybe drones, PDAs, kind of gadgets and stuff that you guys feel like that could be useful in Tarkov. Like right now, me and Kotton are playing Arma 3 Exile, and there's a feature when you have a GPS and you have it on your body, you can actually see your buddy on the map via a marker, which will really help with friendly identification. Because one thing with Tarkov that a lot of people like and also don't like is that team play can be really hard, because there's really no way to know who's friend or foe, because there's no karma system. I mean, if there's a karma system, you could easily identify who's a bear and who's a USEC. But there's no really real way to like see if somebody's a part of your group.
I think it's more or less that after a week or two of a fresh wipe, everybody's wearing the same armor, using the same guns, because like eventually some kind of a meta breeds. Like right now, everybody's in fast and forwards with M4s, and sometimes it's very. I mean, I have numerous clips of me just walking up and joining a squad. They don't realize because I look just like their homie. So yeah, it is a bit weird. We need markers or something. You know?
Well, armbands are coming.
One thing,
armbands.
One thing I was going to say, something I think that would be cool, because you know, Kotton mentioned armor and like same gear and stuff like that. What about the possibility of having faction-specific traders that have only gear that, say, a USEC or a bear can buy from the trader? Like only bear can get BlackRock, or bear they have like maybe specific types of armor. But if you kill them, like obviously you can take it off them and loot it. But you know, at the gate, you can stock your stash up with like unique chest strings that are specific to a faction.
But like you said, that's kind of a temporary fix, because after a while, people are going to loot up all that foreign gear. And
fair.
What can I say? First. The idea to have two like separate traders for different factions is it was planned a long time ago. But right now we don't have an exact amount of content to to divide the stuff.
Understandable,
So
yeah.
understandable. Have a nice day. So the second one is we will have a new trader, and he will trade on clothing and
gear,
it
like
will
vests,
be
armor.
yeah. And this clothing only, like pants, boots and stuff, like grouped like an upper part of a body and the lower part of a body. It will be linked to your faction, so you will have a lineup of items of this clothing just for bear if you are bear, and you will have another lineup of clothes if you're USEC. So
Cool.
they will never cross.
So now, do you guys plan on like having unique tasks that you have to complete to unlock different customizable items from that trader? Or is everything going to be sort of set up the way it is now by like a 4 trader system, like a 4 level system?
I think it could be changed. Like everything depends on how it will go.
Personally, I think it should be on level. You can unlock it. So the higher level you are, you get cooler clothes. Like, eventually you get that sick
I know
USEC
that some
hoodie.
people have said using dog tags as a currency, like
that's a
selling
good idea.
USEC dog tags
to get clothes.
to get better gear.
I like that.
It will be like in this patch, there is such kind of feature. We will have a new scheme of trading, which will include the dog tags as an item to trade.
Okay, so they're an actual currency now. Can you still sell them for money or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How much are they going to be worth? Because one thing that I noticed last wipe, one of the issues was that dog tags were incredibly expensive, and it made it so people could get money super, super quick, and it kind of oversaturated the economy a bit, and they kind of got rid of because one thing I love about Tarkov and why I love wipes is the grind. The grind is one of the biggest reasons why I play the game. I love going from PP19s to AKUs to AK-74s to M4s and eventually working my way up. But one of the issues I noticed the last wipe is just money was super easy to get, loot was everywhere, and everybody was getting so much gear so quick. It kind of just got oversaturated, and that's one of the reasons why people aren't really playing right now is because there hasn't been a wipe in a while. There's gear everywhere. People are just kind of going in factories, spamming grenades all over the place. There's just so much gear. And granted, I love the combat in Tarkov. The combat is amazing, but also people like that grind, and people like grinding up. And that,
they also like items having value.
Exactly, having
huge,
value. One thing I know, Nick, me and you have spoken about this many times, is it would be really cool to see again, the loot tables, the really rare guns, like an RSAS. That's easily the best gun in the game. Does the most damage. It can shoot the furthest. It has the best pen. Everything like that. Usually people can roll around in squads of those. But what I would like to see is those high value guns, the very best guns in the game. You can't buy them. You can't find them, but you have to find the parts in the environment and slowly build them up over time. So oh sweet, I found the barrel. Shit, I found the low receiver. I found the butt stock. Or maybe some of the items could be on the traders.
Yeah.
So
that's actually not a bad idea.
So that way,
that's kind of what we were trying to encourage that with the green crates is finding just a variety of weapon parts to collect and slowly build your own guns. That would be a mini game in itself.
Yeah.
And I would love that.
Because that's what I've been doing basically with the hardcore challenge. It's made me realize how awesome that system could be.
Right.
Like having to actually go and find every attachment that you want and build that weird gun. You get some pretty interesting combinations.
Because back in the alpha, you used to find, and I don't know if either of you guys played in the alpha that much, but you used to be able to find M4s and build them. And that was my favorite thing to do, because I'd find the receiver, and then I'd find the barrel and the gas block and the stocks, and then eventually I'll just build these M4s just by looting. And that encourages players to actually go to these spots and loot, and not just run to the marked room and get the gun, or run to this spot. They actually have to try and scavenge.
Okay, all I can say, it will be re-implemented in the future.
Okay.
So right now, because it's really simple. If we want to spawn a weapon right now, and we can't spawn the receiver of it. It will be the setup of a fully operatable weapon. But we plan to redesign it and make this kind of meta games, to make the game from make the weapon from scratch, and it's planned. Definitely, it's planned. Also, in this patch, there will be cool new stuff like preset weapon spawn. So there will be some cool shop in Interchange Mall. And
really?
You will see some cool weapons in it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's fully modded stuff. Like
you're bringing back the super weapon spawns. That's what we used to call them.
Yeah, the god
Oh,
guns
yeah,
with
yeah.
like 6
On the
lasers
factory,
and 7
yeah.
scopes.
Yeah, you could find the guns that have random loadouts. Those are nice
was
too.
fun.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we want to make some cool stuff with this preset feature. Like if you will build a weapon like SOP mod 2, for example, by a specification, you will receive a special naming like M4 SOP mod 2.
Oh, okay.
It's like
It'll have a unique,
it's like
unique name. That's cool. Because I know you have one of those in the traders already. It's the all flat dark earth one with like the suppressor and the aim point and the Elcan. So like we're gonna be finding guns like that in the environment, or we could find a Zenit Co AK in the environment with like suppressors and scopes and stuff. That's cool.
And also the variety of different findings. It's usually depends of overall content amount in the game. So if it like we like lots of things are going to be implemented in the next months, so we just need to wait, and the variety will expand, and we will have more like abilities, more weapons, more loot tables, like more interesting kind ones. So that's it.
You know, now that we're on the topic of loot, I think this would be a good time to show off a couple more videos of some items coming in that will be in this next update. Let's go ahead.
I recommend you to show the EFT-08 Saiga.
Saiga? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, with the 10-round mag, you say?
Did you give us them drums?
Where's that video?
Drums.
Oh, here it is.
Drums are planned.
Oh god.
Oh, they're playing.
Drums
that.
are
I really hope you make the drum mags and shit in the 60 rounders 4x4 cells, so they have to have a specific chest rig at least. But that's just me. People would re at me anyway.
Would you? No.
I hate
Make
you,
them a
Klean.
1
I
by
hate you.
1, and I want to
by
carry
one.
I hate
more
you.
of them. I hate you.
Oh my god. Oh my
Lots of
goodness,
blood. I
that
haven't
was
seen it
We don't
yet.
see
awesome.
the video yet.
We don't
Yeah,
see
we
it
have
yet,
to wait for
Klean.
your
Sorry.
stream. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. Commentate. No dust cover, unplayable.
I hate you.
Broken.
Let's watch that again.
Holy shit.
That's awesome. Look at that.
Yeah.
So the amount of items in this patch is kind of big. There are lots of gear elements, lots of mods, weapons. Like there will be, I think four different weapons. It's this Remington shotgun. It's M1A,
The APS.
and APS, and we didn't show the APS. I
Do you want,
think,
yeah,
yes?
we can show that right now.
You're too fast, the videos is gonna
Go away quick,
And
true. We'll wait. We'll make
yeah,
y'all
go
wait a little bit. You guys will see it soon, TM.
Yeah. So, yeah, items. Right now, AFT consists of like nearly 2,000 items already in a closed beta. So I think it's not so bad. So it's pretty like big amount of items that we have, but it's not enough because there's a lot to come. Lots of mods. There will be some cool type of mods called elite mods. They will give you some special abilities.
Like the thermal scope.
No, that's like special abilities.
Like access to different types of breaches and things like that.
Maybe you will.
I know a feature's planned with
Something
the
like that.
EOD hatchet as the crowbar on that. I know you're going to be able to breach open doors with that thing.
There's a crowbar.
Yeah, there's a little crowbar on the
Yeah.
bottom of it.
Oh, nice.
That'll be cool.
We'll see.
Okay. Little leaks.
Since we're on the topic of like gear and gadgets, this has been a question that I've been getting a lot, and that's about the compass and watch slot. Because like whenever you're like moving around the world, you can look down and see your watch that's facing towards you. I was wondering if you guys thought about implementing the compass there or having smart
We leaked that a
watches.
while ago. We leaked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you leaked.
There's
Oh,
a-
okay.
Yeah, there will be two compasses. First one is like you said, near the watch. The
Nice.
paracord.
It's like a digital. It's like a digital compass. It'll show like your bearing.
Not digital.
Oh, okay,
not
different
digital.
one, okay.
Yeah, so the smaller one, and you will have a standalone compass, like military grade
Sweet.
compass.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
and the electronic version with GPS functionality.
GPS. So is it possible,
yeah.
since going back for the, identifying your teammates? Is it possible that that GPS feature could have to do something with the group feature?
I can tell you more something about identification of a player. So IR and IR beacons, like you will be able to place them on your gear.
Oh,
And use a flashing
Oh,
strobing
okay.
lights
Okay.
in your night vision.
yeah, IR strobes on helmets.
Armbands and
Armbands, yeah,
yeah.
armbands.
Yeah,
and
that would be awesome.
and different clothing also will, and different faces. Finally, we are ready. We are ready now.
Oh,
I want to
nice.
have
lot
a
of
beard.
faces.
Let me get my USEC
Oh
beard.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell the super, very important part of this upcoming update.
Is it washing hands?
This oh no, it's a secret one. Bear shaving and hand washing. Okay.
Man, I needed the hand washing. Thank you. Thank you.
Your favorite USEC character, this lizard face, alien, will be changed.
Ah,
will be
yes,
changed.
the weird crocodile
Finally.
man.
Yeah.
Can
So
we
it's
also can we also put all USEC hatchlings in a pink T-shirt? Would that be a thing?
Yeah, can we just like kill the hatchlings if they join a server? You know.
Yeah.
No, okay. So now that we mentioned hatchlings, so Nikita, so we know that hatchlings, it's like they're like the Bambis of Tarkov. Hatchlings, they just run around, they run straight to the loot spawns really fast to get the loot. What kind of features and or ideas do you guys have in the studio to kind of combat players like kind of going in just with hatchets? Because one of the worst things about the game is when you go in fully geared and you go in a factory and then there's just 5 hatchlings in that raid. There's no fights. You just go in there, you just mow them down, and it's really boring. You get their dog tags, and that's it.
this is an open conversation because we have a lot of different possible implementations to blend the whole hatchling thing in the game to more realistic way, because it's not kind of realistic when you have lots of people in the t-shirts running with hatchets. It's not real at all. So for example, the limitation of joining the servers when you don't have enough survival rates, and if your gear score below something, or this particular factory location is just only for sandboxing hatchlings or some kind. So we need to test it out. But I personally think the hatchlings, although it's not so real as like I didn't even plan that hatchlings will exist in the game.
It's hard. It's
one of them unforeseen.
It's annoying,
and it's hard to like combat that too, because like you could implement a gear score, but people might complain about that, or you could try and make the game harder, but then they'd complain about that. You know what I mean? It's just it's a really touchy subject.
My idea was just like when you guys get your scavs optimized, just more scavs. Maybe like in the dorms, there'll be one in every other room sleeping or whatever. So when a hatchling runs to the marked room, he actually has risk, consequence. There's going to be people there. Like, maybe the Shoreline Resort should have just a lot more scavs.
Yeah, they're just chilling there, and they're just chilling there in the hallway. They don't move. They're just waiting for somebody to come.
Because this will also kill more than just that. This will help new players feel more accomplished coming to the game, more action in the maps. The maps will be more alive with more scavs, things like that.
And it makes sense too, because like in an MMO, you want to go into the raid or an instance, and you want to get the good loot. There's bosses, there's people you have to fight. There's conflict.
Oh yeah, bosses.
Yeah, but right now, like you kind of go in and there's nobody at dorms or nobody. There's like kind of scavs just kind of roaming around outside. They're not really a threat. They're just kind of there.
Because it actually follows the lore as well. Most of the quests say that like the dorms were taken over by scavs. They all live there and yada yada. So put more in there. That's all I'm thinking.
I like this idea, and I just want to say that we plan to increase the scav amount. Like with the bosses, it will be a really cool feature. You will definitely love this feature. With the bosses, we plan to increase the amount of scavs to be more organized, like bunches of scavs roaming around in an organized way. But as you mentioned, it linked to a performance.
It's a lag problem.
Right now we are working on it. Like for 2 months, we rewriting the Unity physics from scratch, because we opened this secret for us. Like the main reason of low performance in the game, it's not about graphical settings. It's about physics.
It's
and
CPU
it's
rendered
about
because we were talking about the
and
colliders, right?
yeah, and this lots of physics, lots of physical colliders and the bugs in the Unity engine that performs like full world rescan in terms of it's like technical things. So for example, the Shoreline has a lot of this physical stuff, lots of physical colliders, like several times more than it's like customs. And this is why the Shoreline is so like freezing, stuttering, and stuff. So it's like the first reason of it. It's because of physics, and we are optimizing it right now. And we plan to release the huge part of this physics optimization in this patch. It will be not final, but you will get the point. You will see the difference.
Yeah.
And the second one is the animation optimization, the inverse kinematics optimizations. It's also taking a huge part of performance, and the graphical performance is in first place. So graphical
Oh
thing,
yeah, there's no doubt, because we
yeah.
actually see the difference, like what you're talking about with physics and items. Like I can go on customs and get 70 80 fps, but if I go on woods, it's like 144
Yeah,
fps
always.
capped all day.
Same thing with the
Just
factory.
because woods has less stuff in it.
Yeah, and this is like the prioritized thing in development right now. We want to make sure that we will get rid of this. And as I said before, the optimization potential of a game is still very, very big. So yeah, so we can make the game better, and we will make the game better.
Oh,
But
we already know you
yeah,
will. It just takes time.
It's already improved
That's
so
why.
much.
That's why we tell you to kind of ignore the kids who just scream "fix your game" because they don't know. It just
Yeah,
takes a
no.
while. We know. We have patience.
and we will be able to add more scavs.
Nice.
So we will add more of them. We need to do it because we will have this boss scavs. It's a really cool feature, unique stuff.
Since we're talking about scavs, can I just butt in here for a quick sec?
Go ahead,
So
go
right now, you guys implemented, if you flip a scav off, they'll get pissed off and start shooting at you as a scav, which is genius. And you can also get them to follow you sometimes, and sometimes they're like, leave me alone, right? They'll just get angry with you. Do you guys plan on expanding that system more?
Yeah, sure.
Like, yeah.
Because the whole new feature with the scav bosses is full of this kind of features with some secret and concealed communications with the scavs in terms of gestures and something. It will be good. It will be very, very interesting. Nice. And right now we have I just said to our AI programmer and the person who leads this task, I said to him, make them hard.
Make them hard.
Although make them hard. So not hard like they will shoot you like instantly.
Like aimbot, right?
Yeah, they need to behave like real. Like real.
That's a tough challenge.
Yeah, and they need to be hard not by increasing their health points and not by adding the armor, although they will have armor, of course, but they will need to behave in tactical way more complex than a typical stupid scav who roaming around. And
have you guys also considered maybe wildlife like wolves or maybe like real bears with AKs that hunt us down?
Yeah.
Big Russian bear.
No.
Laser bears.
When did they get these operated?
But for real, things like wolves, bears, all that, you wouldn't even have to give them guns, so that's got to save you on performance too, right? No bears, damn it.
Khan just wants to be chased down by
that's a
pack
big
of wolves.
question.
He's supposed to be hunted.
Look, we already have birds,
walk up
all
to a
right?
bear and make friends with it,
Get it to follow you.
Don't flip the bear.
Don't flip up.
Okay,
Fuck you, bear.
No bear.
Fuck you.
I think we have some kind of this wildlife in plans. Like we, as I remember, we plan to add some dogs, like just for
like scav watchdogs or something.
They will be not
like
combat dogs. It will be more division dogs, like to enrich environment, to make the
Okay,
atmosphere.
okay, yeah.
Like stray dogs.
Stalker
right?
dogs.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
dogs
pretty
are
much.
rugged.
Okay, yeah, this is it. Yeah.
All right. So I guess we can go ahead and move into our next talking point, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted Deadlyslob here on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Skills, how they're leveled, and how they affect your
yeah.
character. So one
the whole
thing, and
sauce.
I'm not trying to call you out, Deadly, but skills right now, they have a really adverse effect on your performance. Like strength is extremely crazy. You run super fast, you jump super high. Recoil control drastically reduces your recoil, which again makes sense. If you're a skilled shooter, you can control your gun well. Endurance, there's no weight effect on your character for running, but I know that's a planned feature and stuff like that. So what's like one way we could kind of balance out skills so that people don't have to like basically keep spamming, to level up, like putting a bunch of pineapple juice in their backpack and drinking it every raid, or going into a raid with a bajillion grenades and throwing
Lots
it
of
like
pineapple
crazy.
juice.
give them diarrhea and you die from it or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I can counter arguments all the things like there will be we will add the feature. Try to name it, like you will not be able to drink a lot.
Like you'll have a stomach, like you'll have a stomach.
Yeah, you will have the full stomach, and this will be like a debuff for you.
Oh, so because like
Okay.
if you eat a lot in real life, you can get stomach aches. You'll be like full, you'll cramp
they
up.
actually do that in DayZ, where if you're too stuffed, your guy will start puking, and that'll mess you up if you're in combat.
Slow you down.
Yeah,
or lower your endurance.
Yeah.
The second one, we want to make a skill rebalance to this patch, but we don't have a full list of them. Like we need to make like the half of the skills more. And the idea is we will create the whole like chart, the whole table of a skill of the skills, and we will balance them eventually.
Yeah, I'll chime in here because like I think one way to balance it, or one thing that at least we've been doing in my channel, is finding the most efficient ways of getting your character stronger. And I mean, I've created videos on that. I don't know if you guys have seen it, Nikita, but I mean, you can use the community's feedback to basically help balance that system out.
Yeah.
For example, like sitting in a bush and like purposely dehydrating yourself to take pain damage to level up your stress resistance. Of course, like that's something that needs to be balanced out.
Like, you wouldn't do that.
Running into like a map with, again, like you said, like a backpack full of pineapple juice and just having your bladder full, like you get shot and you're just leaking pineapple juice.
Well, and I actually was thinking about that. There is an elegant solution similar to the way MMORPGs do it. Let's say for every one level that your character levels up, that'll maybe unlock like 2 more possible strength points that you could level up. That way you can't be level 1
soft
with
cap
strength. Basically you put some kind of a cap on it based on your player level and you restrict it.
I mean, you could make it to where like, so the skills level up to 51, the max player level is 100, and speaking for like way later down the line. Say if you're
all I want,
go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, all I wanted to say that I usually take the idea of development, like you need to implement the general feature in general, and then to like improve it with the help of the user experience.
Right.
So it's a really hard task to make innovative kind of game just from scratch in one attempt. So you need to to have lots of iterations.
Well, just like many things in the game, like nothing is really considered final, maybe besides like a weapon texture and animations, right?
I'm constantly writing down the ideas, constantly. Like I have the documents like in Google Docs and Telegram. I constantly write something good about the game. How it's like quality of life improvements, like lots of them. And even now we are talking, and I'm writing them down. So it's a constant thing for me to filter this flow of information.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's why we love you, because we know that you're always listening, and we give you shit, but we love you. Come on,
we all love you, man. You work so fucking hard, and you stress out too much, man. You need a spa day.
Yeah, that's true. So I think it's time to show something more.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's show off this Aps pistol. I'm sure people want to see this.
Okay. Yeah. APS is the first fully automatic pistol in the game. It's a Papa PM.
Papa. Baruske PM.
Chat, we see you. Calm down. We're gonna ask in a minute. Calm down.
This gun is a favorite Russian Spetsnaz handgun, old and reliable.
It looks awesome.
And,
How big is the magazine? 20?
yeah.
Do we have it? Will we have extended mags?
I don't think
They don't make 'em?
they're. Yeah. So I don't think they are exist.
Okay.
So
Wow, look at that double stack mag.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jesus, there's a lot of recoil on that thing too. Holy crap.
And in a window. Oh, there's a stock on it too. Look at him go.
it's a. Oh yeah, this is obvious.
From pistol to carbine hunting rifle. Look at that.
That's awesome. I can't wait to use this.
The recoil is really. It's like in real
Oh,
life.
Of course.
full
Well, it's a
auto.
full auto pistol.
Yeah, it's
so
full auto, yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
so
So, we got like a little Uzi now.
So it's,
I like
so it's
it.
not
That's
it's not
nice.
going to be easily controlled, but it'll be a great sidearm. And that's actually something that I'm looking forward to this next patch. Now that ammo loading is coming in, players aren't always just going to bring in one primary and a bunch of ammo now. It might be a good idea to bring in a pistol, bring in a secondary rifle or
Definitely.
something like that.
Sidearms have a purpose
Yeah,
because of the face hit markers too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing I'm actually really excited about the face hitboxes, it's gonna remove the Oso leg meta that doesn't exist, because it'll now skilled shots will now count. You'll be able to shoot people in the face, so it'll be more worthwhile to shoot somebody in the face instead of just aiming for their legs, which I think is freaking great. I can't wait for that.
I mean, leg meta is a thing, and it's not going to go away unless you add leg armor, which is impractical. But maybe if they added some kind of a diminishing returns, like every additional shot to the leg does a little bit less damage or something, because there's only so much damage you could cause to one limb.
Well, I know one feature that's
But I
planned is
understand,
in
too.
conscious state. So eventually, if you get shot in the leg, you bleed out, you'll pass out. You won't be dead.
First of all, guys, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
So the leg meta is
doesn't
myth.
exist.
It doesn't
doesn't
not exist.
But for real, I'm swearing you to we removed from the scav vision the existence of legs, but still it's we constantly get a leg meta thing, and I think this is why the scav trying to target you in the center of mass of your body. It's like at the chest, but when the scav shoots with TOS, there is a lot of bullet drop,
Pellets going everywhere.
And if you can imagine, if you will target the chest or even stomach, they will drop. The projectiles will be dropped to the legs, and this is why leg meta exists in kind of way. But
so it does exist.
We remove.
I mean,
he said it. He said it. We're messing with you. We're messing with you.
Pointed down, so it could also be a bug, because if you ever get really close up to a scab, their gun will point straight at your toes. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I've seen that too. Yeah,
so
sometimes when you get up on them, they actually can't make up their mind. They'll aim at your head, feet, aim, they go up and down.
That's one thing that reminds me too. I remember there's that one annoying bug when scabs, they'll be up at a collision, the gun will be up, and yet they can still shoot you. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's just part of the server delay or whatever, because he's probably actually aiming at you from his vision.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that will get better by just the netcode improvements, like the doors and all that stuff will get better in time.
It is better already.
Oh, it's better already, but we don't want you slacking.
We got a long way to go.
This patch will also the netcode improvements, of course.
Of course, it's not final, but it is a step forward. As long as we're going forward, not backwards, that's what matters.
I mean, whatever you guys did a couple patches ago was noticeable, especially if you play the factory. It was huge. So that whatever you guys did then made a big impact.
And on Shoreline, this the whole nightmarish kind of lagging and stuff. It's also because of physics. So we will we're hunting the two animals right now. So if we'll get rid of this kind of problem, it will be better in general for the whole project. So let's hope. Let's hope.
Awesome.
Okay, what's the next point?
Well, we've actually gone over all our talking points now, and we're about an hour and 10 minutes into the podcast, so I was hoping we get maybe like 2 hours. So I think maybe what we could do is start opening up questions, and hopefully this could create a little bit more discussion from the community.
Let me say hi to Russian community. Is it okay?
Yeah.
I can switch.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak Russian. Do your thing, Nick. Do you, man.
Go ahead.
Thanks. Дорогие ребята, сограждане, всем привет, кто нас слушает из русскоязычного сегмента и игроков Escape from Tarkov. Большое вам спасибо, что вы присутствуете, несмотря на то, что трансляция ведется на английском языке. Мне на самом деле тяжеловато говорить по-английски, потому что я уже 11 часов вечера, конец рабочей недели. Обычно в это время что народ делает? Пьет, бухает по-черному. Мы этого делать не можем, нам слишком много всего нужно делать. Соответственно, у меня есть список вопросов от вас. Они переведены на английский язык. Я думаю, ничего страшного, если я буду зачитывать на английском языке и отвечать на английском языке, на своем корявом, ну, чтобы как-то, ну, чтобы не выглядело так. А то сейчас я говорю с вами по-русски, а люди пишут в чате, не понимая, что вообще происходит. Соответственно, давайте я переключусь как бы на английский и продолжим. По вашим вопросам пробежимся. Вот, еще раз спасибо, что вы с нами. Мы обязательно проведем подкасты на русском потом как-нибудь. Но мне нравится, когда мы все объединяемся вместе. Вот. И несмотря на то, что игра русская, языковой вот этот вот принцип, он не играет никакой роли вообще. То есть, в принципе, это просто язык, который понимает там весь мир, грубо говоря. Поэтому мы, собственно, его используем. Ну и плюс попрактиковаться, конечно, по-английскому тоже неплохо. So, I was talking about some stuff.
Seems legit.
Yeah,
I understood all of that.
Yeah.
I heard you talking
so
about it.
bad.
So I have a bunch of questions from Russian community. It's they translated in English, so I just quickly answer them like really fast.
We can do English and then Russian if that's okay.
I will do I will do it in English.
Okay.
So when the armor protection, especially headwear, will be adjusted to real values, any blunt force injuries planned? Yes, it's planned, and armor protection constantly rebalancing right now. It's also linked to a amount of content. Like in this patch, we will add 5 or 6 more helmets, new helmets. So different classes of protection, and it's still not enough. And there is a slight, not realistic thing about headwear protection. Like, no, you don't have like this kind of protection of the full 7.62 sniper rifle ammunition. It will pierce your helmet. Like op score fast MT is not OP in real life as it in Escape from Tarkov. So it will be changed with the addition of several new items, and it really depends on it. The second one, will it possible to lose clothing customization items? No. When will be introduced modularity of tactical vests, load bearing system, body armor, etc.? Really soon. Will the place of NATO weapons change? Will the price of NATO weapons change so we could see PMCs with them more often? Good question. In this patch, I think we lowered the prices of Western weapons like MP5 and P226 and stuff. So yeah, we're trying to blend this, like the Western and like US weapons and European weapons. They should not be so expensive. Is it possible to give bearer PMCs discount from some trader, prepper, and U6 to get a discount from a peacemaker? This would really fit into lore. This is also what you Kotton told like before, to have
it's
certain traders faction dependent.
Yeah, okay.
Good idea. We'll definitely write this down. When should we expect a uniform trader? Will multicam uniform be available to both factions or only to one? I answered this already. There will be new trader soon. The art of it will be available next week. New art of new trader. I don't know how to name it. Maybe it's a good idea
He should be like some European fashionista.
It should be a European cotton with a beanie and multiple different colored beanies.
I don't know.
Oh,
maybe. And the next one, will it possible to blow yourself up with a grenade? How about with vitality to shoot yourself if you do not want to surrender? Okay, easy stuff. The grenade cooking. It's like I understood this question. Will it be such kind of thing as a grenade cooking? Yes, of course. Next one. The UBGL in the game will only be for AK or for AR system tool, which underbarrel grenade launchers are planned in the game. UBGL, as I remember, it's like only for M4.
They have the I can't remember. It's the 320.
It's not MGL. Oh shit, MGL. I missed
the multi grenade launcher. That's the cylinder.
UBGL is underbarrel grenade launcher. It will be all for AK. It will be for AR system, and it will be such kind of thing as standalone version of it, like the.
Okay, so there's going to be an actual grenade launcher as well.
Yes.
So, okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Okay.
There's the M203, GP25.
GP35, GP30, GP34.
Oh my god.
M203.
The M320, like the army one that goes to the side.
Yeah, the one fancy one for France, UBGL. Lots of them, like the whole lineup.
Are you guys also going to add the MGL, which is like that 6-cylinder grenade launcher that would like be a primary one?
Of course, yeah. Of course.
Oh my goodness.
And throwing it back to GoldenEye.
Factory MGL battles. Let's go.
I was going to say, do you guys have any plans on how you're balancing out the grenade launchers at this point? Have you ever any thoughts about that?
Rare and expensive.
I see how you. I can smell a fear.
A little fear, but we also had fear about the thermal, and that
Yeah,
it's no big deal,
right?
Yeah,
I believe that we will make this suitable. Like we will make it right. Believe us.
Yeah.
I think it will be not like in any other Call of Duty or stuff, because it will be expensive and hard to operate, like in real life. And
yeah. Well, I think also just the sheer fact of how in depth you guys go with the realism and Tarkov, like the ballistics and everything. It's not going to be like COD where people just know where to aim. You're going to actually have to range that thing, and I think people need to realize it's probably going to be a chore to use a grenade launcher. Honestly,
I can imagine the rounds will either be rare and or expensive too.
Yeah. And then people worry about factory, but there's also things like minimum travel distance before the grenade will actually blow. Things like that. So people don't need to be that afraid.
Kotton вообще разбирается на самом деле немножечко во всем этом.
Hey! I got one word out of that.
Got it.
I heard Kotton. That's it.
I said only kind words about you right now, so
I bet you did. Any Russians in chat? Help me out over here.
XXXXX.
Okay, the next one, and we will show something more in video things. Is every part of the body going to get a separate treatment animation? Also, there will be separate animation for all medical supplies. There will be a bunch of animations for every like consumable item, medications and food. For now, yeah. So it's linked to a big feature called medical apply of without any weapon use or something. So it will be not in this page, but in the next one.
Actually, I wanna ask you too, Nick, because I know you guys are planning on enhancing a lot of the animations, and I noticed like right here in the video, if you notice the when he's reloading, see his head now, he's actually like looking down at his mag and stuff. Because before he'd just be like straight static and looking forward. What kind of animations are you guys planning on doing as far as like just general character movement to make it more immersive and or like just more fluid, if you will? Like what kind of animations are planned?
Lots of animations. Like we for 4 months we reanimating the whole bunch of animations, character animations right now. I personally don't like the animations of current state of animations.
I think that most people would like to know about like vaulting or climbing.
Yes.
That's
a huge one.
Oh yes.
There will be vaulting and climbing and everything that you want.
Everything we want. Oh snap!
That's the first mistake that I took. Like,
Yeah, don't ever say that, because then Reddit will quote you and be like,
yeah,
I didn't get everything I wanted.
Hi Reddit.
Klean said, okay.
Klean said, I hate you, Klean. You should be fired.
The Reddit, because I think the Reddit is another them for the podcast. That's the only them for the next podcast. So, not everybody will get the separate treatment animation. This is too hard. There's lots of animations.
Well, yeah, for leg, torso, chest, arms.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
although it's a good idea, but it's really hard to make like different animations, different medications, different. Oh man, I
think that's where realism and fun will kind of start to break, and not only that, it's a lot of work to animate everything for every single limb and for each specific thing that you're using.
Will there be an opportunity animation of boosting a teammate to vault the high fences? Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Like a team club,
the whole team like interaction. It's another advanced feature, and right now it's also negotiable and like in progress. So it will definitely be the medication things to heal up, to boost up your something is losing their like shit, and you have to boost them with the morphine or adrenaline, like in a bag. So he could to increase sharpness. So and several other things like I can tell you more.
I actually have a question. I have a question for you, Nick. So since you're talking about team play, and I see a lot of people wanting me to ask this in the chat. So a lot of people, including myself, Kotton, Deadly, like we like solo play because it's really easy for us to run around and kind of do our own thing, not have to worry about anybody, and just kind of kill whatever we want to kill. How exactly? What are your plans to orient the game for team play versus solo play? Because I know that your guys' goal is to make like this really awesome, group squad based shooter. Because in my opinion, the best firefights in the game are when it's two teams fighting each other, just like the EFT trailer. Yeah. Even at the end, like the USEC and the Bear, they team up to fight the scavs. How exactly are you going to develop it to support solo players and or cripple them or what's the word?
To play efficiently in a team. You need to behave properly, like in the real life combat pair or something like a squad.
Having a marksman.
So you have to understand something specific, like tactics and operating in different kind of environments. The good example of it is Arma. You are playing Arma right now, as I said. I played Arma a lot, and it's really hard. Like it's harder to play Arma when you have a fire team more than two.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's so hard to cooperate because, man, there's
just too many people on comms and everything. It's just too chaotic.
So the lone wolf thing in Escape from Tarkov is a good thing because you don't need to take care about anyone.
I think that what he was asking is it still going to be possible or viable to be a lone wolf at like
yes, of course,
towards the end of the development cycle,
Yes, of course. There will be some. We will try to. No, the idea is simple. We need to make some kind of like world or environment to simulate real life battles, real life combat. And this is it. So if you have enough experience, like in game or even in real life, and you're like worked alone, it can do the trick in the game. And we will give the player as much abilities as possible to simulate this lone wolfing thing. So that's the idea. So the last question, and we will show something nudes. Will there be an opportunity to blow open the door?
Breaching charges, yes.
Breaching, yeah.
Yes.
Breaching charges. What about your leg? It's a good breaching charge.
Can I breach the legs?
I think also the whole door feature, like advanced door, like in that document, everything is advanced. And advanced door feature is consists of different type of additions like code breaking and coded locks, armored doors, different types of interaction with doors like throw grenades, knock, like even you can knock on at the door and like, knock who's there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, and we just need to see how this feature will
Yeah.
be implemented. So
Well, that's a good idea, like you said. Maybe not even necessarily door breaches, but just destructible doors, like grenades would hurt the door, or like
yeah,
Yeah,
this
okay.
this thing is planned. The shotgun breaching and
Oh, sweet.
explosion
Okay.
Nice.
breaching. Yeah, okay, time to show something. To show something. It's not wrong.
I showed the helmets off when you were talking about the helmets. So you know.
Oh, you showed it. Showed
Yeah,
it.
I showed. Yeah, I was when you were talking about helmets. I figured it was like might as well show it off while you're talking about it.
Oh.
Okay, there's only 3 helmets. Like it's all just we recorded today. It will be more.
I'm pretty sure we showed everything off.
AKM.
Hold on.
It's like new foregrip for AKM.
I noticed the new muzzle brake on there too. That thing looks awesome.
No, yeah, new muzzle brake also. So.
I think we're waiting on his video to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That delay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there's a new modular foregrip, and it's kind of shut out.
I like it. I like the handrail. That looks good. The AKM is like one of my favorite guns.
Will the LVOA handguard for the M4 also be able to attach the like rails on the side, similar to the AK here?
You can already.
You know how you can
Oh,
fit
can
you
you
can
do that?
buy the individual rails for the bottom?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I should ask our weapons department.
Is that really not in? I feel like that's in. Can't put rails on the side.
You cannot put the side rails
okay.
on the. You can put it on the bottom, but
Okay.
That's a strange thing. I need to ask.
Let me go off the MP5.
Yeah, so I think there are not so many left, like MP5 clip and the
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, miscellaneous. Yeah. Okay. There's more questions. Let's continue. Well, would it be possible to interrupt an animation of treatment or any other? Yes, of course. Will the internal organs be simulated? When you get hit in the heart, you'll die instantly.
I would personally like to see that. That's just
yeah,
me. I like that stuff.
In real life, we have another like 3 instant death zones, instant death hit zones or something. It's a heart, it's a spine area, and it's neck. But neck, it's not instant, but definitely deadly. We planned to add them like at first, but for some reason we decided not to to make them, because it could be really hard for a computation of injuries.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
right
you would have to get some really dynamic like full body hitboxes. That'd be
Yeah.
Hey, Nikita,
Yeah,
real quick, is it okay if I put the Dropbox of the videos you sent me and post that on Reddit so people can go back and download and watch them if they want?
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Okay.
Yeah, just
No,
want to
no,
make
'cause,
sure.
I will.
sure
I
that-
will combine all these videos and release it on channel, YouTube channel.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Just wanted to make sure.
I think
I'm sure people
it's
clipped a
already,
lot
like,
of it already and
Yeah,
clips going around. On Reddit.
but officially, it will be better that if we upload them in a good quality and stuff.
Okay. So, is it okay if we get into the Q&A section of the podcast?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn it off sub-only mode, so don't be unreasonable.
Well, I guess I'll just kick it off because people have been screaming for 2 hours. VoIP or voice chat.
yeah, VoIP.
Comments?
VoIP. It will be. I think after this patch, we will assign somebody of our team to make this feature. We already have a lots of like scratches, drafts of implementation of VoIP system. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, as we said it in our 2018 plans, the VoIP will be implemented for sure.
Sweet.
And it's planned for like the next patches.
Okay.
It's not like to the end of the year or something.
I have a question here. Will weapons ever be banned from secured containers? Will you ever be able to not put a weapon in a secured container?
I think there will be some special secured containers without the ability to place something in it.
Okay, I think that's fair.
So,
Like
okay.
some containers can have guns, some can't.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like
there will be.
bigger containers can have like maybe lots of trade items. Like it's bigger, but you can't put stuff inside.
Maybe like a
certain
secure
items, is that
container
what you're
that's
saying?
only like really big but only for money or like documents or
Yeah.
something.
Yes,
or like
yes.
bitcoins.
Yeah, you're totally right. And this patch there will be 2 more new containers.
Really?
One for one for medical items, and the second one is for ammunition.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
That's
okay.
awesome. How big are they going to be? Cell size?
There will be screenshots.
Screenshots?
That's next week.
Okay, awesome,
Okay.
fantastic.
And can I just take a moment to address chat? Guys, believe me, we hear you when you're saying netcode and hideouts and all this. These are things that are planned and always being worked on. Like literally the netcode gets worked on every patch. So we're trying to get to more meaty topics than just everybody bitching about
the
netcode all
same
day.
stuff.
So,
Yeah, like I mean, it's like
yeah, let's just calm that down because
Yeah.
they're always working on that. We know hideouts are coming. Like we're trying to get to the other stuff.
here's a good one. Flea market. I know player-driven economy is really going to change the game a lot. Flea market, auction house. Is that? I know that's an open beta test a feature. How is that going to really change the game? Do you think?
Really, really strong.
Really?
So I just I finished the design of it like half a month ago. It's really big and complicated at first, the system to trade between players, and it will definitely have a huge impact on the whole trading system, the
Yeah.
prices and stuff. So we, as I remember, we plan to make it also next patches like VoIP and flea market in the same bunch of features that we want to add
Awesome.
soon. Yeah, and there will be like expanded material about the flea market, because it's not just about the like trading. It's like the whole meta game in the game. So you will be able to make some trading operations and feel like a real trader.
That's cool.
And skip from Tarkov.
Because I imagine eventually the economy would be balanced out in a way where you'd have NPC
Yeah.
traders with items, stuff you can find only in the environment, and then those items that you could only find, that would be what would be sold in the player auction house, because you cannot buy those at the traders. You have to go out and find them and work for them, and then you can sell it for a high price on the player trading market. So I can imagine the loot economy would complement the traders like that in a really nice way.
Yeah, the loot economy will react to a trading system also. Not that way. Otherwise, the trading system will react to loot. So
Actually, I saw a good question leading into this. Traders. Right now, the current system is just they restock on a manual timer. What are the plans to make the NPC traders a little bit more dynamic and interesting?
yes. Yes, the AI driven AI traders is a thing. We planned it to at like long time ago, but right now we are focusing on other things. And with this new feature as called as flea market, we will add this AI, some points of this whole system, like the traders will react more human
Nice.
in different
Cool.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Let's see, another question. People want to know a little bit, we talked about this yesterday, a little bit more about the lore. And I know you're starting this next patch, there'll be some more quests, and I know you're working on like some of the really good story missions. And I know you write a lot of the lore. Do you think you could, without maybe spoiling it too much, tell us a little bit about the lore that's going to be coming to the EFT?
Yeah, I can tell you in general that yes, there will be such a thing. It's like a huge part of the game called story quests. It's like story mode, like actual lore thing to get into the like the plot, the synopsis of a game, and you will be able to understand the mysteries of Tarkov, like who's the scavs, who are scavs, what's terror group, what's going on, the cultists also, and there will be lots of really cool and interesting quests about them, and they will differ from a current quest system, because current quest system is like to fill up the gap, like to fill up,
like give purpose,
give us something to do.
Yes, and this quest will be like your own investigations. It's like your character will react to these quests, and they will start like you will see something important, and the quest will trigger.
Okay,
and,
so it'll be dynamic.
yeah,
It'll
cool.
be dynamic, so you can stumble across and be
totally
like
single player experience. You know, it's super cool. I personally, I'm loving what I am like coming up with the quest system, with the story driven quest system, and it will be really cool. For me, it's like the most interesting part of the game right now. Although it's a game about weapons modding and combat situations, I really love the idea that such kind of game could be enriched with the quests and lore and some emotions linked to something. It's not like a brutal like man kind of game. It's like quests, like maybe even some cutscenes or something. We'll see.
Nice. And that kind of brings me to another thing, kind of going back on making a game that'll make everybody happy. And one of the first things that kind of got me into EFT was the fact that you guys want to kind of do multiple different things. Like you have our story-based raid missions. We'll eventually have the open world and also the arena mode. And like the arena mode will satisfy the needs of the people who just want to come in and fight. And the open world mode will satisfy the people who want to go out and explore. And then the raid mode with the stories will satisfy the people who are looking for that kind of story-driven experience. And that's one of the things that I think that in the future is going to be really cool for Tarkov, is it'll be a game and a shooter or a survival shooter that will literally satisfy the needs of all kinds of people who enjoy those types of shooters. And
but and the idea is not just to make, like, the goal for us is not just to make the game suitable. We just want to make the game that re-implementing the real world, like something something to get lost into,
right?
Something to get away from your life, but like not so hardcore, like to make something useful, in real life with the help of EFT.
Okay.
Of course, there must be reasonable boundaries of not to make a game as much realistic as, like, the game can change your mind, and we need to maintain this level of realism.
The game definitely breeds really good atmosphere. Like when you join a battle, you feel immersed. Like you feel, you're like, oh shit, I need to be careful because I'm going to get shot, and I like that. Like some of the things I'd maybe like to see expanded, maybe the weather system. Do y'all have more plans for that? Like,
I see a lot of questions on seasons.
Yeah, seasons, snow.
Like
I know snow's DLC, I think, right?
Yeah, the DLC idea is to change the world, not in terms of events, but also in terms of seasons. So the next DLC will be autumn. The DLC after it will be like the whole world, whole EFT environment will change, even for those who don't have a DLC.
That's cool.
Oh,
that's awesome. Cool. So it's not really going to restrict people from buying DLC to some extent.
Yes. So even if you don't buy DLC, you will not have ability to play on new locations and have new quests, but you will be able to have new items.
I know Arma,
and
Arma does the
yeah.
same thing for their DLC.
But there is such kind of game called Killing Floor.
Yeah.
All the DLC
Oh,
stuff you
yeah,
can pick up. You can pick up
Yeah.
and use it.
I
Yeah.
have that issue in Arma right now. I'll find a DLC gun. I don't have the DLC and I can't pick it up. I'm like, oh.
Or if you do somehow pick it up, your
You
screen
can
gets
pick it
completely
up, but
covered.
yeah, you get a bunch
Yeah.
of watermarks. Yeah. It's
Bye,
like,
bye,
hey,
bye,
hey,
bye,
guy,
bye.
$10, guy. Come here, guy.
Yeah.
So another question people had, and this is something that actually has bothered me for a long time, is suppressors in their audio and using supersonic rounds with subsonic ammunition. Are there plans to kind of redesign suppressors or maybe make them more rare if the sounds aren't going to change? Because right now they're super quiet.
Let me open the advanced silencers part.
Advanced silencers.
Advanced.
Yeah.
Man,
It's,
like we need to get inside his computer. He's got.
We
all
need to
kinds
get the
of information.
documents.
Yeah.
Give us the
secret
Nikki leaks,
documents.
Nick. Give it to us.
The numbers, Nikita. What do they mean?
Where's the Matrix overlay?
Let me check. The page 2048. Just a second.
2048, Jesus.
He's getting his monocle on. He's gonna-
So there will be silencers durability. That's firstly,
Mhm.
and a bunch of features linked to it, like you will get more exhaust.
Yeah, carbon buildup in the
you-
weapon, lowers durability.
The subsonic ammunition will remove the shock effect. That's the first one, and there will be different kind of audio effects applied to a sound.
Specific to ammo, because I'm sure you
Yes.
know
Yeah.
supersonic. Doesn't really, if you have a suppressor on it, it doesn't really make it that much quieter. And whereas subsonic really does make it very quiet. And kind of that's the trade-off. Whereas if you use subsonic ammo, it drops off like the VSS, but it's very quiet. Whereas if you're using supersonic, it's still quite loud, and you can kind of still hear what it is.
I think the main thing people are worried about is just that, like, the initial shots of the suppressors are just too quiet. It doesn't really breed PvP, but it kind of breeds confusion. At anything over 100 meters, if you're shot at by a suppressor, you're like,
all you hear is the
where? All you hear is snaps around you. You're not actually hearing the direction it's coming from. I think that's what scares people.
The next thing is the distance of hearing these sounds will be increased.
Okay, cool.
Right,
That's
and-
what we want. Yeah.
Yeah, and there will be physical reimplementation
Re-implementation.
of
the
the whole physics of audio transition, like linked it to speed of sound, speed of sound.
The
like,
delay between the distance. The distance. Like, because if you shoot a gunshot at 800 meters, you're not going to hear it for a couple seconds.
Yeah, and some sonic ammunition also, as you know, or maybe not, the energy, like the amount of powder,
It's
lower.
very slow.
Yeah, and usually when the subsonic ammunition is not good in good quality, like something, there could be not enough energy to chamber.
Oh,
your
yeah, I've seen that
round.
happen before. Actually, on a range, somebody shooting subsonic and it wouldn't come out. The bolt would kind of and then it would just go back in the chamber.
Yeah, the bolt just does like a halfway.
Yeah.
It's like, nope.
And that actually makes me want to ask you a question, Nick. One of my favorite things back in the alpha, weapon jamming. The animations for weapon jamming and durability were so cool. And I thought it added... Go ahead. Sorry.
Weapon jamming, like it's like the UBJL's feature. It's like waiting and waiting and waiting to be implemented, to be like with the press of a button, literally, or not literally, because
it's never that simple.
Is listening this podcast and
it's like, no, don't say that.
Yeah, you can currently jam the weapons if you get it to like 22 durability.
Yeah,
but it's really buggy.
But
It's like
it's hard to get to that. You have to be really trying to get to that point.
I think it takes like 7,000 rounds to get to that point.
Yeah, we did it. It takes a long time.
Yeah, so there is like jamming in the game right now, but so in the special part called advanced weapons handling and durability, there will be such things as gems, misfires, and the hard gems. You saw
The bolt
you
jams, that
saw
was
it
in the devlog 2016.
Yeah.
Different parts of weapon will influence on your durability. Forgot the word. Let me Google Translate. Consumption or rate expense, durability expense rate with the different types of weapon parts.
Okay, so you're saying the better the weapon parts, the better the gun will maintain itself before
Yes.
taking damage. Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
Yes,
So cheap parts lead to a cheap gun. Got it.
Yes. Also, the weapon spawns will work in different way in terms of durability. So you will find weapons with different durability.
Like in the environment, so like you can find like new guns or shitty guns or whatever. So it's not always going to be brand new guns everywhere.
There also be influence on durability rate from ammunition, magazines, and barrel durability.
So we'll need to replace barrels on our guns too.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh,
sounds pretty sweet.
And the cool feature, like if you have really bad weapon in really bad condition, it will have a chance to explode.
Would it kill you? Because sometimes that can. I know
No,
it just hurts you.
It just hurts you. Like it will be like shock effect for you.
Okay.
Like, oh shit,
my gun
like
blew
the
up. Fuck.
dust cover blows off or something. Is that what you're talking about? Like pieces come off or?
Like the dust cover will blown up and ammunition rounds will split up on the floor on something, and you will get some kind of damage to your head. But if you have glasses or protected with a face shield, oh yeah, the face shields. We'll show you next week. This is really cool stuff. Face shields, nice. My favorites. my favorite feature. You know? Update. So, and this is all about the gems and stuff. So, like everything, like nearly everything is already implemented. We just need to finalize it.
Just like that video.
Yeah, I like that video.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Boom.
So, next question.
Let me see here. Let's see here in the chat. What kind of questions do you guys got in the chat? You got
see
one?
A lot of people asking about the karma system.
There we go.
Yeah.
Karma system. Let me open this part.
Page number 3962. Give us the document, Nick.
And it seems like it's classified for you guys.
Chad got you baited.
Oh,
no
triggered.
Karma for you.
Triggered.
Guys, I can't talk about karma system because it's karma. You can't understand.
Maybe can I ask
Nobody
you this?
understands.
Well, yeah. Maybe can I ask you this, Nikita? A lot of people have said that they don't feel a need for the karma system in the game because, like, similar to your trailer that Klean plays, where you see the bear and the USEC meet up and tag team. People fear that won't happen once the karma system's in because you're going to be rewarded for killing enemy faction players and things like that.
That's a good point.
So, first of all, the not prerequisites. It's like, let me translate these words. Condition. Yeah, there is a simpler word. Word to word requisition. It's like condition. Yeah, the conditions can vary from location to rate, from rate to rate. So on a particular map, you will have the restrictions to kill PMCs, and this is it. So if there is such kind of conditions that you're not allowed, like not
does that fall under each?
I see. So no. Okay, so he's talking about maybe we queue in and it'll say like killing any civilians will give you bad karma, like killing scavs or something, but you're supposed to kill PMCs with that mission, or vice versa. I kind of see what you're saying, right? Like that.
Yeah, it's also to be implemented. Like we can't like.
Try not to spoil too much.
No.
Yeah.
We can. I'm starting to forget English words.
The netcode is affecting Nick's brain.
Limits. Yeah, netcode is lame.
Old memes, right? Old memes.
We just can't limit the game like this. We can't just not
Yeah.
allow people to kill each other, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if eventually if it will be or not, there will be perfect like explanation of it. Like this will be like link it to something. Like it will have purpose.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I remember
yeah.
you telling me in
So
the
maybe it'll tie in with the quest as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember you
that
telling
makes
me in the
sense.
past
Okay.
there'll be like specific missions when you go into a raid. I guess it'll kind of fall under the same category, same thing as a scab and stuff like that. In order to extract the raid, do you think you can elaborate a bit on that as well?
Scav missions?
Not necessarily scav missions, but like either PMCs and or scabs. Like you go into a raid and instead of like maybe you don't have a quest to do, instead of going in there just killing loot, but you actually have like some kind of task and purpose while you're in there.
Well, look here. Like there could be a location, like new location, and there will be not any like constant and working exits. Like the only exit will be available if you cooperate with scavs or
Okay.
yeah. So or you need to or scav will
Hey, you
need
want
to
a party?
cooperate with yeah, and we can like control this by making such kind of exits like exfiltration points, which requires something specific, like not just you go to this gate and wait for 8 seconds and get exfilled. You'll need to make some connections with the players. Like the only exfil point needs minimum 3 persons. Minimum
That's a
3
good
persons.
idea. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can like work with the team, but this location can have restrictions to have a team. So it's like only lone wolf kind of location. So we can test this out.
Everything's up to change.
See.
All right, so we're running out of time here. We got about 7 minutes left before we hit the 2-hour mark on the podcast. So I don't really want to go over that. I'm sure Kotton and Deadly, they got stuff they have to do today, and I'm sure Nick, you probably want to go home and sleep. Let's try and see if we have some smaller, a little bit more basic questions in the chat. People want to know about ghillie suits. I know those are going to come. I know those are planned. I could tell you. I don't know when, but soon. TM.
Yeah, about patch release dates. What's going on
Malian?
with your dog?
Oh, that's just what my dog does. I'm sorry.
We want to make this patch beautiful for you, and we decided for like last days we decided to add the shoreline optimization also, and we are trying to make this also in time, and also the whole optimization tasks is huge, and the more time we have, the better it will be. So it will be soon, like
Soon TM.
yes, soon TM, of course. It's trademark. We don't want the lawsuits.
I mean, at the end of the day, I know a lot of the loyal fans, all they want is a quality update, and if that takes more time, that's just how it's going to be. I mean,
yeah, well, right now we have a good pace. Like everything is sorting out, and we are getting ready, like really soon. But we just want to make sure everything will work well, and every feature and fix will be in place and without any new unpredicted bugs and other stuff. So we need to wait like a little more time, and there will be a lot of information next week. We will show you new videos, new screenshots, and
fantastic.
And most importantly, there will be video of interchange.
So
that's gonna be exciting.
That's gonna be good.
Oh, yeah.
So chat. Go ahead, Con.
Wait, I was gonna say I have a quick question just before chat has an aneurysm. This patch coming up, Nikita, wipe?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Wipe?
there you go, chat. Quit spamming wipe now.
Yeah.
So that's like 90% of chat for the past 2
Wipe?
hours.
Wipe?
Yes, there will be wipe, and it's definitely needed wipe
Okay,
because
cool.
the game will feel in different way. Like
Okay, can I also ask one more quick thing? Because you're obviously writing all the script and everything, and every time I ask this, I get told a different translation. What does cheeky breaky mean?
Chicky Bricky is
1, 2, and you're on
it's
the
like
top.
several like
See, that's what I keep
translations.
hearing. It's like several different
Yeah,
translations.
for me, Chicky Bricky is a child like counter like counters like child counters to determine who's next or who's taking some some for, like
It's like who's making the decision? Like
who makes the decision. It's like separating the crowd to two teams, and they use this counter like to separate them like in childish some kind of
Icky needles.
they separate the
kind-
cheekies from the breakies.
yeah and so the long one is sounds like cheeky bricky пальчик выкинь. So cheeky bricking and like it's really hard to explain it to you. It's like I need to make a video with it.
You have to make
It's a pretty big explanation. 10-minute video
it is.
minimum.
It does, because every time I ask, I get a different translation.
Yeah.
Like somebody tells me it means you on top, you on the bottom, you go first, you go last. Somebody cover me. Like
I know, like in Stalker, the cheeky bricky, like that means like they want to shoot you in the head or something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I
Well,
guess
chat, we already know what Dicky Needles means. That's
Yeah.
just
Scab
Dicky
down.
Needles, you know.
Dicky needles. All right. So guys, that's about it for the podcast. But I just want to ask you guys. So this is our first ever official Battlestate Talking Tarkov podcast, and I just want to know in the chat if you guys will show some love. Do you guys like this? Would you guys like more of this? Would you guys want to see this again? We had a great turnout. Again, I want to apologize for the delay. We just had some miscommunications about the time slot.
Yeah,
and-
me too.
Yeah.
It was an accident. Like I was sitting there preparing these videos, and the Klean said, "Where are you? We are starting," or something, and I just
Fuck,
exploded.
the vein in the neck.
Like,
Just
Yeah, this was awesome.
So if
I
you-
think it gave the community a lot of answers that
Yeah.
they've been asking for a long time. And I think everyone's going to feel a lot more confident about this upcoming patch
Yep.
too. I know it did for me.
Yeah. So again,
for
if
sure.
you guys want to see some more of this, please post on social media. Let us know that you like this. You want to see this again. We can try and make this happen every 2 weeks or every month, depending on it. Obviously all depends on really how the pace of the development goes. If we have new stuff to show off,
Yeah.
but I had a lot of fun. This was really great. It was honestly, Nikita, having you here was a blast, dude. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, this was really good
to be
Yeah.
here.
Thank you, Clean, too, for organizing
Yeah,
this too.
of
and putting it
course,
together and
man.
having us on. It's been awesome.
Klean, I think it's a good idea to show guys the whole lineup of videos, like just
In one.
to
Okay.
to-
Yeah, we'll show them all
Yeah.
on the line. Yeah, let's do it.
yeah, maybe I will say something more like the good words that I not prepared really. So as I said before, like in the start, the game, the process is nothing without the players, and our players, the EFT players, is like a unique type of players which love the hardcore gaming and always hoping that this type of genre will exist. And I personally, such kind of person, I love hardcore gaming. I love really complex and hard games.
I think we all
I
do.
mean, it's not like hard games, not like platformers like Cuphead or something. It's like complex games, like EVE Online, like EFT, like some good old RPGs with lots of mechanics and lots of space to create ideas, to make your own kind of gameplay. And I really like and love to see that this type of players exist, and their support is phenomenal, and it drives us further. We want to continue. So without you, without influencers like you, streamers, without like people who support us in any different ways, we will not exist. Like we need this fuel to go on. And I just want to thank you and for your patience at first. So you are patient, like not everybody, but you're
definitely
patient.
not everybody.
And
Kotton.
we feel
Hey,
you.
I'm kidding. Don't beat me down.
I didn't say that. We feel
Oh,
you.
you were thinking it. You were thinking it. It's okay though.
You know, I'm always
He told me to say it.
thinking about it. You know, man.
No,
this-
dude,
this-
listen.
this-
You
this
know
was
I
hard.
love you.
This was-
You know
this
I
was
love
hard.
you and the game. You know, I just had to take a break because I was going crazy.
Yeah, we all. I'm honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not going to stream Tarkov until the patch is out. I mean, it's nice to take a break mainly because like, I'm gonna have a new
Well, it's not
appreciation for the
bad.
game. Yeah.
Well, exactly. We're gonna take a break and come back fresh on the new patch, and we're gonna kill it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
The stream's
Everyone's
gonna
just
be awesome.
preparing for the crazy
Yeah.
12+ hour grind.
Oh
that they're gonna
god,
be on.
it's gonna be the
Yeah.
wipe
It's gonna
rush.
be good though.
Who's gonna get leveled
Yeah.
up first?
I just hope that servers will stand.
Well,
Well, I mean, the
we-
first day
we
is
all know
always
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be-
crazy.
we-
the first couple
know?
days we expect lag because everybody is gonna log in. We expect that.
Yeah, it's bound to happen, and it's just like you can't really avoid it. All you can do is kind of just get ready for it and just let people know, like, hey, we're releasing the patch. Everybody's been waiting for this. It's probably going to be bad for the first couple days, and that's okay. That just is how it is. Yeah, hopefully the players will understand it. If they want
For
to,
like every game that has ever existed ever
if
on
they,
patch
if
day
they
and
want to
release day
be
2.
unreasonable and bitch, like this is ridiculous. I cannot get into the server. It's like, well, there's you and like 10,000 other people trying to play too. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but as I said, we feel you. We feel you. Like I mean, I personally feel all the pain, and I see when it's come to and when it's come to realization that the game like stalled or somehow like it's boring to play or something. I understand, and all I can say that we know where we are going, and it will be great and very interesting, and we definitely need your support, like right now and
Forever
future.
and forever.
Forever,
yeah.
yeah.
You know
Your
you
support-
got us.
Yeah, you guys keep bringing out the
Yeah.
content. I think the community is here.
Oh,
We're,
yeah.
we're here. This
It-
is the game we want.
I mean,
If
right?
you build
So-
it, we will come.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the
Yeah.
thing with early access games. When development is slow and it takes time to get patches out, you know, the game isn't finished, so it doesn't matter if it's not popular all the time because you know you have to wait for more stuff to come out. But you know, say if the game was finished and this was done, then yeah, that would be an issue. But it's not done. It's not a finished product. It's not complete yet, but it will be. And by the time it is complete, it'll probably have so many features and content and so much replayability that it'll last for a long time. And also including DLC, future events, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just going to take some time. And I mean, we've already built such a loyal community who all love this game and who support it so much that I honestly don't really see it becoming irrelevant. I don't think that would happen.
Oh no, guys like us, this shit is not gonna fail. This
No.
EFT is nowhere to go but up. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
all the way up.
Yeah.
All the way.
That's good to hear. Thank you very much. Thank you for this podcast. It was really nice to talk to you, and really nice
yeah.
to practice my English at last.
Yeah, I can't wait
Yeah,
till
that was
the next
good
one.
English.
I can't wait till the next one. To be honest,
It was-
we'll have different
It
guests.
was nice to put a voice with the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I frozen in this old picture. Like I need to.
Give me a new picture,
Next
man.
time-
Or get a webcam.
Next
You
time,
actually
next time I will get the webcam. You
There
will
you go.
see
You
my.
actually haven't
my-
you
my
haven't
tight
blinked all
face.
stream. Yeah.
Are you okay? You've been holding that gun, Nick. Are you gonna shoot me? Oh god, I cannot wait to use this shotgun, this little shorty shotgun.
Yeah, the shorty shotgun in the factory. Oh,
Dude,
be
hey
nasty.
Nick, do you think you could fix the pump animation? It's really janky sometimes. He like goes like he like rocks his arms up sometimes. It's really weird. Like like right now it looks fine. I know there's the delay, but when he has the short barrel, he kind of like does this thing like a wave with his arms almost. You know what I mean?
It's linked. I think it's linked to you know ADS stance
Gotcha.
or like ADS out, ADS in. So we need to. Oh, we also in this patch we will have new sway, like weapon sway. It's more realistic. More
Yeah, I
more
noticed when he's
physical.
shooting the Saiga, it's kind of like moves under. It looks like really natural. Okay,
Yeah,
I think that is all the videos. So I guess I'll just do the outro. All right, guys. So I'm
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
Everybody who showed up for the podcast, we appreciate you guys so much for being here. Obviously, this turned out to be really good, a lot bigger than I expected, to be honest. And hopefully we'll be doing this again. So thank you guys for all your support. I'm going to go pass you guys over to some random Tarkov streamer to show this guy some love. Be sure to give this guy whoever it is some fun.
Look.
What?
What?
Hair?
Look.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not,
yeah.
I'm not bald.
Fucking
Oh,
Bo
shit.
Pete. Bo
Really,
Pete.
I was started to watching you guys like 7 months. Oh, I just pressed the button. See, like this 7 months ago, I started to watch streams on Twitch, EFT streams. This was the greatest idea, because this particular conversation and like experience gave me a lot of ideas and a lot of motivation to make the game better, and a different other feelings. So I really like the idea to work with you guys with your streams. Yeah, and talk to you and talk with community. It's really nice. So thank you all again.
No problem.
No problem.
All right, again,
man.
guys, thank you so
Appreciate-
much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, everybody in the community. Hope you guys are hyped about
Thanks,
the patch.
John.
Let's get some hype and love up in the fucking chat for Nikita, Deadlyslob, Kotton. I'm sure
Yeah.
these guys might be broadcasting later.
Thank
so
you, everybody, for joining us.
let's get some
Hope
shout
you
outs in the
loved it,
chat
you know?
for Deadly as well as Kotton. Be sure to follow these guys.
We'll have
Outstanding
to
content
definitely
creators.
do more of this.
Yeah, definitely show them some love,
Yeah.
guys. So I'm gonna go pass you guys over to some random fucking EFT streamer.
Let's go host somebody.
Let's see who's on. I'm trying to find somebody. I don't know.
You guys get ready to make somebody's week.
Yeah, let's see.
Here we go.
Yeah, 7,000 viewer raid.
Yeah.
Stick
Use
with
your
it, boys.
respective communities.
Blow
hype
some
Look
them
at all
up.
that love and
Dude,
hype. You
let's-
guys are
let's see it.
fantastic. You guys are beautiful people.
Yeah,
Hell
get
yeah.
ready.
Who? I'm trying to find somebody.
Where we
I'm
going?
trying to
Find
I'm
somebody
trying to. All right, we're gonna host this guy. I don't know who he is, but he has a beanie on and a cool beard.
quick.
He stole
Yeah.
Cotton's beanie.
All right, guys. Peace out. Take care. Thank you guys for everything, and I'll let you guys know when the next podcast is. Thank you again.
Peace, ladies.
Oh fuck, he went offline. Shit.
Oh no!
Transfer it. Quickly,
Transfer.
transfer to somebody else.
I'm
Quickly.
trying. This guy. Man,
Find somebody else.
host.
Dude, that guy just missed it on the opportunity of his life.
Let's see who this guy is.
Look at this guy. Watch
Let's see
this.
what's gonna
Good luck,
happen.
guys. Good luck on your deal, guys.